This is a 7-year-old warm-blood gelding used for dressage and working at elementary level that presented with a history of reluctance to work rather than overt lameness. Here we see the horse moving in hand, exhibiting rather limited hind limb impulsion, probably lame bilaterally, possibly lamer in the right hind limb. The horse is not stepping under well from behind and is showing limited engagement of the hind limbs. He's turning normally. His forelimb gait looks relatively normal and he's moving relatively loosely through the back, but he shows lack of push from behind. Here the horse is being ridden by one of my staff. He's not going forward properly off the rider's leg and is showing this resistant or nappy behaviour, being unwilling to go forward freely. When he does go forward, there is rather limited push from behind, that is limited hind limb impulsion. The horse has a slight toe drag of each hind limb, kicking up the surface of the arena. As the rider changes diagonal, slight right hind limb lameness becomes more apparent as the rider changes diagonal. As the horse goes into the corner, he becomes increasingly resistant and grinds to a halt. He just doesn't want to go forward at all. Here the rider is sitting on the left front, right hind diagonal, which accentuates the right hind limb lameness. So there's increased drop with the hind quarter of the right hand side. The horse resists again. This is after right hind subtarsal plantar metatarsal nerve blocks. There is now increased forward movement. The horse is stretching out more to the hand. He's moving with increased fluidity and is much more willing. And left hind limb lameness is now more apparent. There is increased drop on the left side of the pelvis. Now we see the horse after left hind plantar metatarsal subtarsal nerve blocks. We can see the horse is much better balanced, he's much more forward going. There is increased engagement of the hind legs, he's moving with increased animation, longer stride length. He's lighter in front and has a better contact with the rider's hand. The whole picture has been changed. He's moving with much greater animation. Even though he's distracted here, he's still going forward freely. He's accepting the bit better. He's more in front of the rider's leg. A higher tail carriage. The horse is stepping under better. And when the rider asks for a half halt, the horse will respond by increased engagement of the hind limbs in the way that we should expect from a dressage horse.